travelers and beauty lovers. Today I will take you on an extraordinary journey through Sicily, the largest island in the Mediterranean, home to some of the world's most unique treasures. But before we begin, let me ask you a question that will accompany us throughout our adventure. Why are the best preserved Greek temples in the world not found in Greece, but right here, in this sun-kissed Sicilian land? This is just one of the wonders we will discover together, a mystery that will be revealed at the end of our journey. Sicily is much more than a simple tourist destination. It is an open-air museum where every stone tells a millennia-old story, where active volcanoes dance with ancient Greek theaters, and where crystal-clear waters protect unique marine species. Get ready to discover not only the places, but also the secrets that make them so special. The Valley of the Temples in Agrigento, where gods walk among men. We begin our journey at the Valley of the Temples in Agrigento, recognized by UNESCO in 1997 as a World Heritage Site. Here, on a plateau overlooking the sea, stand the most imposing and best preserved Doric temples of Magna Graecia. The history of this place dates back to the 6th century BC, when settlers from Gala and Rhodes founded ancient 𝗟𝗏𝗃. Imagine this city as the New York of antiquity. Rich, powerful, cosmopolitan. The tyrant Theron in the 5th century BC transformed 𝗟𝗏𝗃 into one of the most important Greek colonies in Sicily, a period during which these magnificent temples were built. The Temple of Concordia, glowing at sunset, is a true architectural marvel. Its perfect preservation is not by chance, but thanks to an ingenious transformation. In the 6th century AD, it was converted into a Christian church, saving it from destruction. Scientific curiosity. The stone used for these temples is local limestone, but its golden color today is the result of a process called patina, caused by the oxidation of iron minerals in the rock over centuries. Taormina and its Greek theater, a terrace over the world. In Taormina, we find one of the most evocative ancient theaters in the world, set like a jewel in a breathtaking natural setting. Built in the 3rd century BC by order of Hiero II, this theater is a masterpiece of ancient engineering. What makes this theater unique is not just its architecture, but its strategic position. From here, your gaze sweeps from the smoking Etna to the Calabrian coast. The Romans later expanded it, transforming it from a theater for dramatic performances into an arena for gladiatorial games. A fascinating detail. To build this theater, the Greeks had to manually remove over 100,000 cubic meters of rock from the mountain. A titanic task that shows how important this place of spectacle and contemplation was to them. Mount Etna, the fiery giant shaping Sicily. Etna is not just a volcano. It is a creative force that has shaped the Sicilian landscape for over 500,000 years. At 3,400 meters, it is the highest active volcano in Europe and one of the most studied in the world. Think of Etna as a living geological laboratory. Its origin is linked to the subduction of the Ionian plate beneath the Eurasian plate, a process that continues today. This stratovolcano has 4 main active craters: Voragine, Northeast Crater, Bocca Nuova, and Southeast Crater. What makes Etna truly extraordinary is its ever-changing nature. Each eruption adds new material to its structure, making it grow year after year. Throughout its long evolutionary history, it has gone through 4 main phases, shaping not only itself, but the entire surrounding geography. Its basaltic magmas are less viscous than those of other volcanoes, resulting in less explosive but incredibly spectacular eruptions, with lava fountains dancing against the Sicilian sky. But remember, this gentle giant also helped preserve those Greek temples I mentioned at the beginning, but let's not reveal the mystery just yet. Scala dei Turchi, the White Staircase of the Gods. Along the coast of Monte near Agrigento rises one of Sicily's most photographed geological wonders, the Scala dei Turchi. This white marl cliff looks like a natural sculpture, shaped by wind and waves over millions of years. The name comes from Saracen pirates, called Turks by locals, who in the 16th century used this cliff as a landing point for their raids. The natural steps made climbing easier, while the position offered shelter from the winds. Geological curiosity. The white marl that forms the Scala dei Turchi is called 𝗟𝗶𝗍𝗀, a sedimentary rock made of clay and calcium carbonate. These layers tell the geological story of Sicily, when this area was submerged by an ancient sea. Palermo and its Arab Norman architecture. Palermo is a history book written in stone, where every monument tells of the meeting of different civilizations. Arab Norman architecture is a unique synthesis that flourished in the 12th century under the reign of Roger II. This style is not a simple mix, but an original creation born from the meeting of different worlds. When you look at the Palatine Chapel, the cathedral, and the Norman Palace, you are admiring the result of an extraordinary cultural synthesis. Red domes of Oriental inspiration stand proudly against the sky, while inside, Byzantine mosaics tell sacred stories with golden tiles that capture and reflect the Mediterranean light. Pointed arches of Arab origin create plays of light and shadow that change throughout the day, supported by Norman defensive structures that recall a time when beauty and military functionality had to coexist. Cefalù, the Cathedral of Golden Mosaics. In Cefalù stands one of the most beautiful cathedrals in Sicily, commissioned by Roger II in 1131, according to legend, as a vow after surviving a storm. Historical reality suggests instead the desire to build a dynastic church modeled after the Carolingians. The apse mosaics, created between 1148 and 1166 by Byzantine masters from Constantinople, are among the oldest in Norman Sicily. The Christ Pantocrator dominating the apse is a masterpiece of Byzantine art, made with tiles no larger than a centimeter and enriched with mother-of-pearl. Artistic detail. These mosaics use refined techniques, such as gold leaf, to create light effects that change throughout the day. Syracuse and Ortigia, the pearl of the ancient Mediterranean. Syracuse was one of the most powerful cities of the ancient world, rivaling Athens in cultural and political importance. Under the tyrant Dionysius I, 405 to 367 BC, the city reached its peak. The Ear of Dionysius, a limestone cave with exceptional acoustic properties, is linked to the legend of this tyrant, who supposedly used it as a prison to eavesdrop on his enemies. The S-shaped cave acts as a natural amplifier, allowing even whispers to be heard clearly. Historical curiosity. Dionysius 𝗧𝗏 hosted personalities such as Plato, Philoxenus, and 𝗟𝗶𝗱𝗏𝗍 of Cyrene at his court, making Syracuse a major cultural center. The Aeolian Islands, the archipelago of volcanoes. The 7 islands of the Aeolian archipelago, Lipari, Volcano, Stromboli, Panarea, Salina, Alicudi, Filicudi, are all volcanic in origin and represent a natural laboratory for volcanologists. Stromboli, nicknamed the Lighthouse of the Mediterranean, is one of the most active volcanoes in the world, with its persistent eruptive activity. Every 10 to 20 minutes, it produces moderate explosions that hurl glowing lava fragments hundreds of meters into the air. This archipelago is a natural theater where different volcanic spectacles unfold. Strombolian activity offers regular, moderate explosions that have made the volcano famous worldwide, while Vulcanian activity brings more explosive and dramatic eruptions that can last for days. The volcanic nature of these islands is so dynamic that we constantly witness the formation of new eruptive vents, making every visit unique and unrepeatable. Lampedusa and the 𝗟𝗶𝗶𝗲𝗍, sanctuary of turtles. 𝗟𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗀 in Lampedusa is considered one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, but its true importance lies in its role as a sanctuary for 𝗟𝗶𝗃𝗃 turtles. In 2023, there were 16 nesting events on the island, with a total of 1,372 eggs laid and 1,088 hatchlings reaching the sea, a remarkable success for the conservation of this endangered species. Biological curiosity. 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃 turtles use the Earth's magnetic field to navigate during their ocean migrations, often returning to the same beaches where they were born to lay their eggs. The Roman villa of Casale, mosaics that tell the empire. In Piazza Armerina stands the most luxurious Roman villa ever discovered, with over 3,500 square meters of perfectly preserved polychrome mosaics. Built in the 4th century AD, it is a supreme example of Roman luxury villas. The famous Corridor of the Great Hunt, 66 meters long, depicts the capture of wild animals from Africa to India, testifying to the vastness of the Roman Empire. The famous bikini girls show how some fashions are truly timeless. Artistic detail. The mosaics were created by North African artists and represent an anthology that provides valuable information about Roman civilization of the time. Q&A, your most frequent questions. Many of you ask, what is the best time to visit these places? The answer depends on what you are looking for. For archaeological sites, spring and autumn offer ideal temperatures and fewer crowds. If you want to see Etna in action, winter offers more dramatic shows, with eruptions contrasting against the snow. Is it safe to visit Etna? Absolutely, if you rely on expert guides. The volcano is constantly monitored by the INGV, and excursions are suspended only in case of real danger. How much time do you need to see all these places? Ideally, 2 weeks allow you to visit all the sites calmly, but even 1 week can offer a meaningful experience by focusing on the most iconic places. Useful tips. Practical advice for the experienced traveler. The Valley of the Temples deserves an early online reservation, especially if you want to experience the magical night visits available on summer weekends, when the temples are illuminated with a golden light that makes them even more enchanting. The Taormina Theater is still vibrant and hosts the Taormina Arte Summer Shows, a tradition since 1983 that transforms this ancient theater into a contemporary stage. The Villa del Casale requires guided tours to fully understand the narrative complexity of the mosaics, details that would escape an untrained visitor. Sicily is well connected internally thanks to a road network that crosses breathtaking landscapes. But to reach the smaller islands, plan ferries well in advance, especially during the summer months when demand is very high and seats sell out quickly. Less crowded periods. Visiting the Zingaro Nature Reserve in spring offers the bloom of 25 different orchid species. The Aeolian Islands in October remain mild but with fewer tourists. Local gastronomy. Each area has unique specialties. In San Vito Lo Capo, the Couscous Fest celebrates Arab influence. In Agrigento, try pasta with sardines and wild fennel. Here we are at last, ready to answer the question that has accompanied us. Why are the best preserved Greek temples found in Sicily and not in Greece? The answer is a fascinating combination of factors that have intertwined over the millennia. Etna's volcanic ash acted as an extraordinary natural preservative, sealing and protecting the structures with a protective patina that shielded them from erosion. At the same time, Sicily's dry Mediterranean climate significantly slowed the deterioration processes that affected monuments in mainland Greece more severely. But there's more. Many of these Sicilian sites experienced gradual abandonment rather than violent destruction, allowing for natural preservation that kept structures intact where elsewhere they would have collapsed. A crucial factor was also the conversion of many temples into Christian churches during the early centuries of Christianity, a transformation that paradoxically saved them from the systematic demolition suffered by other pagan monuments. Finally, Sicily benefited from its distance from the major conflicts that repeatedly devastated mainland Greece, from the Persian Wars to the Ottoman invasions. In essence, Sicily has been a perfect time capsule where nature itself has guarded these millennia-old treasures, creating the ideal conditions for their preservation through the centuries. Dear friends and travelers, we have just completed an extraordinary journey together through the most beautiful places in Sicily. Every stone, every landscape, every tradition we have encountered tells a story that goes beyond simple tourism. It is a heritage of humanity that belongs to all of us. But the real journey begins when you turn off this video and start planning your own Sicilian adventure. Every place we visited still has 1,000 secrets to reveal, 1,000 stories to tell. Now it's your turn. In the comments, tell me which of these places impressed you the most and why. Have you already visited Sicily? What experience left the biggest mark on you? And if you've never been, which of these treasures would you like to discover first? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next journeys we'll take together through the wonders of Italy. And share this video with those who, like you, love to discover the beauties of our extraordinary country. Sicily is not just an island, it's a whole world waiting to be explored.